Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of Things I've Learned. Today I'm going to be talking about cleaning. Some of it is super obvious, like you're going to have a million dishes, a million utensils you have to clean. Yes, we all know that. I will admit it was a bit more than I thought I was going to have, but I knew there was going to be a lot there. So what I want to talk about today are the things I didn't realize. So for example, the very first thing was there's a lot of cleaning as you go. And just cleaning you have to do. You can't really put it off till later. You have to do it as you go. Otherwise you end up with a huge mess. So for example, if I'm peeling an onion, I can't just let the onion peels sit on the counter. It's taking up space. They're so light that if I walk by, the wind is gonna blow them away and make a bigger mess. Like, you have to clean as you go. And there's a lot of that. A lot of doing something and then wiping down the area real quick, or doing something else and making sure that whatever you cut gets into the garbage so it doesn't make a bigger mess. These are things that I just didn't fully expect. Speaking of wiping down counters, after every cook I do, gotta wipe down all the counters, spray it with the Lysol, wipe everything down, make sure everything's sanitary, so any meat that might have touched the counter, any eggs that might have touched the counter, whatever it might be, doesn't then contaminate something else that I might be using or eating later on. And same thing with the stove. I always got to be wiping down the stove. Anytime I use oil or greasy type things, it splashes up and I get all these little dots on the stove. And if I don't clean those off, they're just going to make a mess. It's going to smell. So tons of wiping things down. On top of all of this extra cleaning that I have to do, I have to hand wash a few things, and I don't really have a choice. Like, they have to be hand washed. So for example, my chef's knife, I can't put it through the dishwasher, and I really don't want to damage my chef's knife. It's the knife I use all the time for everything. It cuts beautifully. I want to make sure it's always working really, really well, so I have to hand wash that. And I don't have one yet, but eventually I want to get a really nice cutting board, preferably like a walnut or maybe a maple. And from what I hear, those have to be hand washed. Again, you can't throw it in the dishwasher, it has to be hand washed. Otherwise, and not just hand washed, but it has to be hand washed and dried immediately. Otherwise you can damage it. My cast iron, which I love to use for steak, I can't put it in the dishwasher. I have to hand wash it. And I can't even hand wash that the way I would wash anything else, because you're not supposed to scrub it really hard with soap and water. You're supposed to do other things to it, which I will be honest with you, I don't know 100% exactly how I'm supposed to be washing it, because I've been reading conflicting things for weeks now. People saying, don't ever let soap touch your cast iron. And then other people saying, that's ridiculous, you have to clean it, use soap. So I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm supposed to be washing it. I know what I've been doing. I've been using soap and a sponge and just quickly going over it, making sure I dry it right away. And every now and then I season it, which is a whole nother thing. But it's definitely a lot more work than just throwing it in the dishwasher. So I'm sure there are going to be other things that I'm going to have to clean that are going to drive me crazy, but I can tell you as of right now, the cleaning is a lot more than I had expected, and I'm still trying to get used to it. So thanks for watching episode 1. I will continue to do these, each one focusing on a small different thing that I've learned. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something, and I will see you next time.